Hi friends, today we'll be exploring 8 shades of liquid gilding, and we'll also talk about the surfaces it can be applied to and the specifics of working with this material. Liquid gilding is a two-phase metallic paint with natural metal pigment inside. You must shake it very thoroughly before every use, because the pigment is heavy and settles quickly. Inside each bottle, there's a metal ball that helps mix the paint. When you hear the sharp rattle, it means the pigment is well mixed. Also check the bottle visually. The liquid should look uniform with no sediment on the bottom. Each bottle contains 20 milliliters and comes with a brush built into the cap. There are 8 gold-based shades, and we'll look at each one individually. I'll be applying the paint on both black and white glossy synthetic surfaces, because on absorbent paper, the paint won't reveal its full potential. So make sure your surface is non-absorbent. Let's start. Silver, I've shaken the bottle well and now apply it with the built-in brush. Cool, bright, metallic tone. It's a classic silver, not to be confused with chrome. Visually, it's closer to aluminum in its reflective quality. White gold, similar to silver, but warmer. Still light and bright, but with a soft golden sheen. You can think of it as warm silver. English gold. This is a unique cold-toned gold with a subtle greenish hue. It doesn't resemble any other gold, very distinctive and refined. Bright gold, a new addition to the collection. This shade sits perfectly between cold and warm gold tones. It's balanced, luminous, and perhaps the most classic true gold in the lineup. Rich gold, a warm peachy gold tone. It has depth and richness and is ideal for those who love warm metallics. One of our all-time bestsellers. Warm brass, also a new shade. It sits between bronze and gold with a soft rose golden glow. Elegant, warm and modern bronze. Our bronze isn't a usual orangey tone. Instead, it's a deep chocolaty bronze, luxurious, calm and truly sophisticated. Copper, a classic copper shade but with a soft rosy nuance. Perfect for fans of darker metallics. Bold, radiant and full of character. Thanks to the ultrafine pigment, liquid gilding perfectly mimics real metal and shines beautifully in the light. It's ideal for restoration, decor and metal effect finishing. Now let's try applying warm brass on different surfaces. Ceramic, untreated wood and a piece I had primed earlier before starting the video. Metal. And also cardboard to see how golden leaf paint looks on similar surfaces like regular paper and cardboard. I'll shake the bottle and pour a bit into a small container for easier application. Let's start with a metal ring. When applying paint, the smoothness of the surface and the texture of the brush make a difference. Brush texture can leave visible strokes, while a smooth surface gives the best shine. Here, you can see the surface is smooth, but the brush left some texture. Still, the paint looks quite metallic and shiny. Next, let's try it on ceramic. This could be polymer clay or resin, both work great with liquid gilding. This paint is very popular with polymer clay artists, especially for jewelry making. Gold leaf paint is excellent for imitating real metal elements. That's why many jewelry artists use it to add elegant frames and accents to their pieces like earrings and pendants. Just look at how beautifully the warm brass shade shines. It looks absolutely stunning on white surfaces. Let's go back to the metal surface. The paint has already dried and it dries pretty fast. I can clearly see the brush marks on smooth metal. Now I want to try applying it without a brush. Ideally, this would be done with an airbrush, but for now, I'll just pour the paint directly and spread it gently with my finger. I'll shake it slightly to help the paint level out. Let's see how it looks after drying. The area where I didn't use a brush and simply poured the paint turned out much smoother and more even. Gold leaf paint shines intensely, so we can conclude that the final result depends not only on the surface, but also on how the paint is applied. Now let's test it on untreated wood, a rough and absorbent surface. I'm using a brush to apply the paint to part of the wooden element. I've sped up the process a bit so it doesn't take too long. This test will help us see how the paint behaves on raw wood. Next, I'll apply the paint to primed wood. I primed it with one coat just before filming. As you probably know, the better the surface is primed, the better the final result. Let's compare both samples now. You can clearly see that the primed wood looks more reflective. It has a brighter shine, while the unprimed wood appears slightly muted. So if you're aiming for a high shine metallic effect, I highly recommend priming wooden surfaces beforehand. Now let's try cardboard. Today it represents regular absorbent paper. I'll apply the paint and let's take a look. The shine is still there. Gold leaf paint always has a metallic glow, but it's less vibrant compared to smoother, non-absorbent surfaces. The cardboard absorbs some of the paint and reduces the reflectiveness. So again, it depends on what result you're looking for. But if you want the most intense shine possible, always choose smooth, non-absorbent materials or prepare the surface in advance by priming it before applying gold leaf paint. Thanks for watching. I hope this overview was helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.